we're back. Hello, everyone. Moving right along here, we are opening with the ambush. I need to recharge my Inkafallen. There's my Inkafallen. Yay. I'm just gonna try Blade Lineage, because it seems very... Oh, dear. No, it's fine. You know, it just seems fitting, you know? Especially since we're going to be running into probably the new faction here sooner or later. Deep resentment ought to be washed away. For when the far one comes, betwixt the burned doors shall a star fall astray. Are you sure we're going the right way? I don't like the sound of these weird songs. The main streets are most likely teeming with those seeking to bring harm to the young master. We must venture an alternative path. And like you said, there weren't any skirmishes once we made it deeper into the dark alleyways. The lack of foot traffic would normally be pretty unsettling, but I guess that's what we needed at this moment. As for the song, it's a song that's become rather popular in the backstreets in the recent months. The lyrics are pretty ominous for a popular song. It's a song that's spread through word of mouth. It sings of how the decimated Kong family... this is not the place to discuss such matters. I will share the tale in a more appropriate setting later, should we come across it. Didn't know there was a song like that. Is this the first time you've heard it too, Honglu? He's posh. He's a posh git from a posh family. I doubt he's ever set his precious feet in the backstreets, so it's no wonder he's never heard anything like it. I have been to the backstreets before, but Heathcliff isn't wrong. I did spend most of my time in my room. That is precisely because you were the most treasured one of them all, young master. Much like how the jade of the greatest worth is to be cherished, prized, and hidden in the deepest depths of one's coffers where none shall reach. I'm like him? To a lesser degree, particularly as of late. just kind of gently easing into that. So that guy used to work for the Jia family, huh? Do you know him, Honglu? Him? Young master? Is there something on my face? Ah. Honglu stopped himself as though a thought flashed in his head and glanced quietly in my direction. Then, it's nothing. Shall we continue walking down this road? Can't wait to figure out what the deal is with his eye. Indeed, humble as I may be, I am very well versed in the roads of this area. Honglu shook his head at me as he casually changed the subject. It was as though he was trying to hide something we knew from Qingtao. Should we be suspicious of something? He is a collaborator, but only a temporary one. A degree of caution would be advisable. Given Pilot's clear inexperience and naivete, we would do well to remain suspicious of this character. Faust and Otis approached me as Honglu was nodding along and chatting amicably with our guide. Well, looking back at our journey so far, I think we learned our lesson about blindly trusting every collaborator we came across. With this growing mistrust of mine, I slowly made my distance from the guide before asking Faust the burning question. So what was that about back there with Virgilius? Something about him going up to help out? The consequences of his actions at Wuthering Heights. Oh. His actions were a violation of one of the more important items in his contract with the company. He is simply taking responsibility for the breach of contract. I think back to the incident at the manor. It feels like such a long time ago now. Well, that's kind of a bummer. He really helped us out out of a pickle. What? That's what they're dragging him away for? Is there a problem, honored guests? Ha ha ha, it's nothing at all, no problemo, right, Ryoshu? Shut. S.U. idiot. Shut up, idiot. Merceau, can you carry Heath for a little bit? He's dead tired. It will be done. Heathcliff, punched in the gut by the hilt of Ryoshu's sword, fell forward right onto Merceau's welcoming shoulder. Love that image. Rhodia? You know the kind of person I hate the most? The kind of dull people who can't read the room. Don't you feel the same way, Dante? Yep. Don't punch me, please. I nodded enthusiastically, as something seemingly to imply that she wasn't really asking me a question. I don't think she was about to punch my lights out, but... Rodian and Ryoshu judged correctly this time. Classified company information must not be discussed in the presence of an outsider. Reminds me of the time he got knocked out cold for a while because he kept asking questions without raising his hand. This guy just doesn't learn, huh? He successfully preserved the secrecy of classified information without spilling blood. I applaud this policy. Heh, I did good, didn't I? I'm just not a fan of how they're treating Heathcliff like dirt now. Well, to be fair, I know, like, there's gonna be people talking about that, so you have to keep in mind, a lot of the events of Wuthering Heights are completely erased from the Sinner's minds by erasing Kathy from existence. So, like, they didn't get to experience the entirety of Heathcliff's character arc like we did. They're still kind of seeing him as he was before, even though we know he's changed a lot. If it is no problemo, as you say, then that is well indeed. Yet, I worry that it appears that the problem has found us anyway. I stopped and looked around, realizing that we were surrounded by a group of people wielding various weapons in their hands. What, happened to finding us a safer path? It is likely that my guidance has indeed given us a much safer path away from the more obvious skirmishes. However, to my great regret, it appears that the more observant of our enemies have tracked us here. Damn it! Then what are you even here for? Isn't your job to prevent this exact scenario? Let's leave the finger pointing for later. We're gonna have to take them all down. They must not be allowed to disseminate our current location. Exactly. Where are you slinking off to, Mr. Qingtao? I must regrettably and humbly say that my talents in war are terribly lacking, so I intend to become scarce for the moment. Yet, I have the utmost faith in the strengths of our young master and the honorable guests in overcoming this adversity. So... Qingtao was already standing so far away from the front lines that he was practically hiding behind me. Faust, anything you can tell us about these enemies? No, but a consultation with the Gestalt seems unnecessary. Or Gesellschaft. Have I been saying that wrong the entire time? I just really love the word Gestalt. The Gesellschaft seems unnecessary if we are determined whether negotiating with them is an option. Or it might be Gesellschaft. I don't know. I'll figure it out. They're coming. Merceau, wake Heathcliff up and set him down. That's good. It will be done. What was that coconut noise? Can I get the coconut sound effect? No. Oh, it was amazing. I love that. Just bonk on the head. Alrighty. Okay, what do we have here? Sharp-looking stranger. Yeah, sharpest. Yeah, that's fair. I really hope they do more of the rabbit faction after this. I think they look so cool. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the IDs. I really want to get frickin' Ryoshu badly. I have to wait a week. Which, honestly, totally fair. Limbus is one of the most generous, nicest gachas there is, so I can wait a week. Oh, come on, he's on 1. Wait, what? What? Did you guys see that? My coins were... Maybe they just lost clashes and I just didn't see it, but I thought I could have sworn my coins were not right. Oh well. Go. Guys, please, can you roll me some heads? There we go, that's better. Oh, Sinclair. I mean, he's still staggered, but come on, you could have done more than that. Go. Yes, Otis, your only good skill. Nice. Good job. Should be a kill. Easy. Nice. You're maxed. Alright, now our sanity's up. We should be smooth sailing from here. I mean, I don't need to go super hard here. I just want to make sure I get the buffs up. Nice. Very cool, very cool. Kill. Huh? Hostiles in the immediate vicinity have been eliminated. Our collaborator, who had been hiding far from the battle, quickly ran up to our side as soon as the fight ended. Are you unhurt, young master? Yep, I'm totally fine. Of course, our honored guest's martial skills were all exceptionally brilliant, but, young master, your light was the brightest even among the incandescent. This humble servant could not hold back his tears at this wondrous sight. To witness such excellent martial arts from none other than the young master himself, what an unexpected surprise! But don't the children of the Gia family undergo all kinds of strict training regimens from childhood? It was simply my assumption that the young master had ceased his training once he departed the family. Anyways, how do you think they tracked us down anyway? Ah, about that. It appears that we weren't exactly tracked down. Perhaps it may be that the ilk who lurk in these parts of the backstreets recognize the young master's venerable countenance. I don't think my face is that well known. The family hierarch evaluations are nigh. Every soul living in Hongyeon must know the face of the young master who is loved by every elder of the family. Hongyeon could be as well. It must be that they are under the assumption that you are carrying something of great value. Family hierarch, huh? Didn't Jia's Sichun did say something about heirs back then? They all assume wrong then. I didn't bring anything precious that the elders might be looking for. Young master, even now? I just couldn't care less about it, that's all. Besides, many of my siblings are much better fit to be the family hierarch than I am. Oh, that's... well, that is indeed a relief. A relief, is it? Ah, well, but of course, it is a highly dangerous endeavor to partake in the hierarch evaluations, so it is a great relief to know that the young master is not putting himself in unnecessary danger. I guess that could be a relief, sort of. Phew, now that we took them all down, there shouldn't be any more on the way, right? Greg? Could we not jinx ourselves for 1 second? Why are you laughing, Ryoshu? Now I'm worried. Please, do not concern yourselves any further. We will take a more clandestine path. I guarantee a safe and easy passage to our destination. I still have a hard time buying that. The lay of this place would constitute a perfect place to set up an ambush in most places. Yet you claim this to be the safer path? Yet I must ask you place your faith in this humble servant, for Hongyuan is not like most places. Fine, for now. Oda shut her eyes for a moment, out of retorts, then turned to look at Ishmael. Hey, Ishmael, you must have a pamphlet of this place handy, don't you? No way. You're actually gonna read it? Why else would I ask? No, I mean, how could I not be caught off guard after almost a whole year of getting brushed off by everyone else every time I plead with them to read the damn pamphlets? Like hell, did no one think to... I will find my own intel if you're just gonna keep rambling on and on with your grievances. Okay, fine, here it is. Otis opened the pamphlet and began intently glaring at its contents. Though she didn't want to miss even the slightest detail of information in there. Suspicion clear on her knitted brows. Very nice. We're gonna have a very happy fun time. Everything'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be fine. That sounds like a character name. I bet it's a cool guy. Okay, we're on a desperate run, all the while fighting off hordes upon hordes of enemies. Boy, what happened to safe and easy passage? Explain this shite. It appears that the young master's radiant countenance was made known. I thought we were finding a more clandestine passage. How come we're getting jumped by even more enemies? As I have said, the young master's radiant. At least try to give a little variation to your excuses. I cannot so easily say that he's being untruthful, given the disjointed allegiances of the enemies attacking us. Otis played with the pamphlet in her hand, clearly frustrated but unable to establish anything concrete. For people without a clear allegiance to attack a member of the GF family, looks like everyone in the back streets has been getting it pretty plucky while I was away. Back then, I couldn't even catch a glimpse of their faces. They'd all be on their hands and knees whenever we walked past. Ah, what a wonderful change. Oh, shove it. Shove that wonderful change up your arse, you bloody loon. How much longer until we get there? My cousin is near. Calm your worries. Or, my cousin. I think it's a title, not a name. My cousin is near. Our guide seems oddly calmer now than he did at the beginning of this journey. Did he really get numbed to all the violence that fast, or... Speaking of which, what's a cousin? It is a term commonly used to refer to taverns, inns, or equivalent places of lodging in this region. Lodging, huh? Like a hotel? Ooh, it's gotta be pretty fancy then, huh? Do they serve, like, complimentary snacks and drinks like the warp trade? Not sure about that, but it seems like cousins also serve alcohol and food alongside their lodging services. Maybe we can get a meal in there. And, phew. Hopefully we won't be attacked like this, huh? Residential non-aggression taboo. Any mutual acts of violence inside a residential building is, within this particular area of the floor of the Hongyan, taboo. Taboo. You may rest easy within, then. Nah. That tells me you just can't get caught. We're following off frickin' John Wick rules. I saw Faust's eyebrows slightly twitch as though she just heard the most ridiculous thing, but I guess I'll ask her about it later. Phew, man. If it's for some kind of family hierarchy or family head selection contest, why couldn't they save all this fighting until then? Because it would be too late. Late how? Every hierarchy candidate must have brought incredibly precious treasures with them. It would be nice if they believed that their own treasure is the most precious of them all, but everyone's gonna try to take each other's just to be sure, I see. Just in case someone else brought something even better than their own, and his treasure's gonna be the golden bow. And might as well kill them too, for the sake of convenience. Is that how folks in your family think? What kind of line of thinking is that? But other families didn't seem too different from mine. Foo. Damn. Everyone's just like, damn, dude. You okay? Deepest apologies for intruding upon this most enthralling conversation. However, we may be inviting even further trouble by dallying here. With that, the guide pulled out a watch to check the time. It will be nighttime soon. Oh, sweepers. Sweepers, no sweeping. Sweepers, no sweeping. Oh yeah, back to this. Drop that sick beat. I want to get the passive going actually, so let's do like this. I love the guitar. Damn it, Sinclair. Miss on that. Never know. cool. Good job, Otis. Actually doing something for once.
망설임이 없도록.
아름다운 것, 그렇지 않은 것.
Okay. Big damage. Very nice. Someone exploded. There's a stagger. Damn.
물의 배들. 희영. 아름다운 것, 그렇지 않은 것.
Okay. Hey. What's up, Otis? Actually won a clash. Good for you.
혈이 난자오.
And Claire's having a rough time of it, though.
물의 배들.
Hopefully we can help him out a bit.
특별을 끝. 흉터의 결과요. 혈이 난자오.
침착한 결과입니다. 대안에도 충분합니다.
Nice. Yeah, see? Yeah, Otis of all people helped him out. Look at that.
물러서지
Hit him.
않겠습니다.
흉터의 결과요. 나를 베어내고
Easy game. 5% chance, by the way.
쓰는 감각이었네.
Freaking ridiculous. Now, here we are. Is this the place? After running through alleyway after alleyway, after turning corner after corner, we finally came across the site of several small buildings tightly built next to one another. At the center of them was a building lit with red lamps adorned with a door plate with a complicated-looking letters scribbled all over it. This is shoddier than I expected. Hey, isn't this place a bit too trashy to house your precious young master? That is not our building. Please look this way to see where our honored guests will be staying for the night. I knew it. I heard so much from Hong Lu about all the splendor, all the... Huh? We followed Ching Tao's finger and arrived at a small warehouse of sorts, and its exterior painted black. That looks smaller than even Mephistopheles. Can we all even fit in there? Hey, that place looks trashy as heck, even for us, let alone your young master. This is the nearest Kazan we could afford to stay in, at least among the ones that I manage. Yet its location in the back streets heavily limits the level of decency it can afford. My deepest and sincere apologies, young master. Don't worry, we can always sleep in decent places. It looks just fine for an overnight stay to me. Or we can't always sleep in decent places. Are you nuts? Can that thing even fit all of us in there? Much did I wish to guide the honored guests to the family mansion in the central zone. However, the time... Oh, the sweeping wave. Doesn't that start at 3:13 in the morning? I feel like we've got plenty of time to get there. Exactly. Don't we have more than enough time to get to the family mansion? According to the H-Corp travel guide, the central area is only like an hour away from here. Has the honored guest traveled to District 8 before? Well, no, this is my first time here, but... Then one must ask how the honored guest could claim to have all the full understanding of a place merely by flipping through a book. She hasn't had to contend with it in person. Innumerable, unpredictable changes await in this teeming jungle of buildings. The ever-shifting structures, the constantly changing paths, ambushes from foolish yet vicious syndicates, or even offices of the backstreets. Oh, we are beset by danger from all sides. Such a bold, flippant approach to predicting the phenomenon of this place is to court death. Even a toddler must know that. One fails to disguise his utter sorrow at the inadequacy of her wisdom. Is it just me, or are we all thinking back to Ishmael back at the Great Lake? Sip it, Dante. But if the guidebook lists a path, does it not imply that it is technically possible to reach there in the time? Oda suddenly took a step forward. In her hand was the H-Corp travel pamphlet that Ishmael was talking about. I have faith that our executive manager would lead us in your directionally challenged stead. They would be able to lead us to our destination before night falls. Me? This does not appear to have been discussed aforehand. Very well. Allow me to speak freely without frills. My responsibility is to bring honored guests to the central zone and to ensure the young master's safety. It is, indeed, technically possible to reach the family mansion before the night in the back streets commences. Technically. Yet, not even one iota of danger to the young master shall be permitted. The mission that has been so graciously bestowed upon this humble servant is not to guide the young master with haste, but to guide him with utmost safety. Oh-ho! It is said that those engaging in strategies and plans must remain wary of losing sight of their purpose, to stubbornly forge on toward the family mansion in lieu of necessary intel to see what these mobs of assailants would end is so wrongly prioritize the journey over the destination. You. Oh, you. Wonderful, truly impressive. You have all the qualities of someone I would trust with my life when devising a stratagem. This is the most fitting attitude for those who genuinely wish the best for those they serve. They both have it going on. I love this. I love that they both have it going on, the little shitheads. Really? You're just gonna start going along with them all of a sudden? I have misunderstood your intentions, truly. They sparked my ire by comparing some of your choice words with my very own. Yet now, my eyes have been opened to the honest loyalty that lies within your heart. This humble servant did not imagine even in his wildest dreams that there would be someone who understands the fathoms of his loyalty. It seems that the young master has certainly gained an eye for allies and fellowships. This is the cause for much relief in my heart. Listen to him. This one knows how to jest. I love this. I love this. They're basically best buddies now, huh? I must have lost my cool for a moment there. Anyway, this man speaks true. It is highly likely that we would be exposed to attacks of similar nature were we to continue moving at this time. She's just fully on his side now, isn't she? That's when I realized that she was looking in my direction. The exaggerated smile had all but completely faded from her face, replaced with an odd but dead serious expression. Our gazes locked, she nodded. She must be completely turned around by that guy. This is her way of saying, so long, I'm gonna quit and go work with this guy now. Thanks for everything. And as far as this hotel, it is still much better than sleeping in the outdoor tent barracks. We should be able to relieve ourselves of some fatigue here before moving on. Did you not earlier insist on continuing our search for a better accommodation with the greatest vehemence, Miss Otis? Yeah, whatever. We get your point. Let's go inside. Phew, my humblest self can only behold your gracious acceptance of this insufficient not lodging with the deepest gratitude. After all that serious talk, the man seemed oddly relieved to hear our decision as he brought his fist and palm together. Architecture of today mustn't be judged with such haste merely by observation of their exterior. The interior may hold aught to be surprised of. Worry not. With Rhodians surrendered, wouldn't that be nice? We made our way into the building. Oh, this ain't actually so bad. It's clean in here. This place presents a rather classical aesthetic. The landscape paintings lining the walls give off a rather sophisticated mood. And it's much more spacious inside than it looks from the outside. They use some kind of space expansion technology in here too? No, it seems that the building only appeared small due to the density of structures in proximity. Well, the door is now open. Should my presence be required, I shall be in the small shed next to this building. Please, do converse freely. The man smiled awkwardly and quietly excused himself, as the excitement among the sinners began to grow. Meanwhile, Honglu stood a fair distance from the guide, quickly watching his face as he left. His expression was enigmatic, as if he were gazing upon the clouds, the flowers, or even the wind. Yet there was no light in those eyes. It was as if they beheld a storm cloud, a desolate field of wilted flowers, and a howling, destructive gale. Do you suspect something, Honglu? So I decided to ask. Not yet, I don't think. Huh? Not yet? So, big brother, something fell off to you too, huh? Hey! Never mind, girl voice. That's we heard a familiar voice. Wow! Zichun, it's you. So soon, too. Yeah, I told you, I had a feeling we'd be seeing each other again very soon. Have you been well, young master? I'm so glad to see that you're doing well, Mr. Wei. Oh, wait, don't tell me you're staying here too, Zichun. I normally wouldn't ever set foot in a place like this, but I ran into some kind of large-scale construction on my way back to the family mansion. Had to come in through the back streets. So we weren't the only ones troubled by that random construction site. Oh, hail to thee. Yeah. Confident look on Zichun's face was immediately replaced by that of alarm. Did she lose her memories again? Is she with you? No. Don Quixote's the same as always. But she looks like such an airhead. Yeah, young Zichun, wouldst thou accompany me to the lodge but a moment, so that we may share a moment of catching up? Oh, yeah, actually, let's do that. Hold on. Gia Zichun seemed to hesitate for a moment, staring at Don Quixote after hearing that her memories were intact, before walking right up to her. I like that idea. Shall we? Wait, why don't you go and find a room for me to stay in while I talk to something's out with her? Is she... Hold on. Guys? Guys? Are you picking up what's being put down? Sesby and Lex? In my Project Moon game? What? You wanted to do some catching up, right? I can't believe... Oh god, the art. Oh god, the art. It'll be glorious. Alright. Tis Manager Esquire? Loss of critical personnel may be cause for disciplinary action, Dante. I don't think there's anything wrong with her making friends, though. Looks like Zichun really likes Don Quixote if she's comfortable enough to tease her like that. It's not Don Quixote she likes. She's obviously just wants Don Quixote's power she saw back then. I mean, she could also just want Don Quixote. I mean, it's not out of... My lady, this is hardly the appropriate place for... Nope, not gonna make the joke. I've already made it. Fine, I'll try again later. Go get some sleep. I'm heading in too. Zichun sighed with a bit of disappointment before heading back into the lobby. Well, let's all head inside now. So I and the rest of the sinners followed her into the lodging. Beautiful. Absolutely peak. Peak already, Intervallo. Already peak.
갈갈이 베어버렸어.
Nice.
키보다 정신이 맑을 때가.
Very good. Let's get some lunacy. Am I close yet to, no. No, I'm not even, yeah. Not even a fifth, I'm a fifth of the way. Alright, well. Soon you will be mine, soonish enough. Oh well. I'm looking forward to this. Alright. But, that'll end. Nice. Got the red aura about them. Oh, lovely art. Lovely art. Look at this. I bet that random construction wasn't so random, by the way. Just the vibe I'm getting. But, who knows. But, that is where I'm going to end it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Already off to a rollicking good start, as you can see. And I can't wait to see what's next. Figure out more what's up with Zichun. What's up with Honglu's fam. The treasure stuff. And everything in between. Especially if we get to see the sweepers. I'm so ready to see the sweepers in Limbus style, because we've already seen them in library style, but I'm looking forward to seeing them. So Thank you so much for watching. As always, your love and support means the world to me. And I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.